Hi there and welcome back to It's Only Paper. Different kind of video today. I've been feeling a little bit stumped with what to journal. I've got loads of things I could journal, my weekly journal, my trip journals, but I'm just not feeling it today. I didn't want to not post a video, and also I'm wondering, because we've been away and I haven't had that kind of thing of creating daily, I find when I get out of the habit, it doesn't flow so naturally. So I decided just to do what I fancy today, not what I had to do. And I wondered then if it would come more naturally. So I've been thinking about, what do I fancy journaling? I didn't fancy the weekly journaling. I think there's almost too much preparation that needs to go into that. I just wanted to do something fun. I feel like being creative, getting the paints out. And I've just picked up my travel journal. It's not one that I use for trips that I've already had. It's a bucket list journal. It's the places I feel or I fancy going. So it could be even places that we never end up going, but things that kind of have caught my eye that I really, really fancy. I made this ages ago. I think I've got a video to go with it. If I have, I will link it below. And it's from a Zeus book. I do love Dr. Zeus. So I created a Gibraltar page. Never been to Gibraltar. I would like to go. I even know the hotel I want to stay in. But it's one of those pages where you can kind of lose yourself in, all those journals I mean. And that's what I feel like doing today. So I flicked over. I've got a partly created page here. And on it is a Florida map. And we have booked a trip for next year. We've been trying to visit the Keys since 2020. It was one of those trips that obviously has been cancelled and cancelled and cancelled. It was supposed to be on one of our Florida trips, and we ended up, this trip that we've just come back from, we had to shorten. And so that was the chunk of the trip that got taken off. However, we still have flight vouchers from cancelled flights that need to be used by next spring. So we are going to be using them on a different kind of trip. Going to be spending some time with my dad, and fingers crossed we'll actually get down to the Florida Keys this time. So I thought, I'm going to do a page about the Florida Keys. I've got a page here. I've already got the little bit of the map there, so that goes really well. And I'm just going to have fun. I'm just going to be free, create what I fancy, get a bit arty, but then use this page as a bucket list page of the things I would like to do. So you're going to come on this little journey with me, create this page with me from the start. I don't even know what I'm going to put in there yet. I've got no photos or anything, but I thought maybe go through my stash, see what catches my eye, pull some bits out, put some bits on my desk, and then we'll create from that. So I don't quite know how this is going to turn out at the moment, but I'm hoping it gets me in the mood for creating. So that's what we're going to do today. So I hope you enjoy this different kind of video. And I hope if you're struggling with ideas and inspiration, that it kind of helps you as a bit of a starting point as well. So let's start picking out some bits and pieces. I've got these stickers sat here that were from my kit. Those could be handy. They're the stickers. No, I don't think they will work, but these will. So I'm going to go and put these on my desk. So let's make a little pile. I've actually got some travel washi somewhere. Where's that? Here we go. Not mountains. Mountains won't work. Train tickets. This one might. I'm just going to pop them on the desk, I think. And oh, this one will work with the little planes. We're kind of, as it's the Keys, we're kind of like wanting seasidey colours, aren't we? Nothing too bold. Oh, I like that one. So right now, oh, this one will definitely work. Oh, that's the kind of colour I'm after. Let's swap that one for that one. And almost like creating a little mood board with stash. That's what we're doing right now. That's a good way to describe it. So we've already got a map, so I don't need a map. I'm just having a little look to see. Mountains aren't going to be the thing. Oh, I like that. Let's pull that out. Turtle could be quite cool. It is a good way to use up stash. That's quite nice, and definitely the colours. Oh, that's caught my eye. I like that a lot, and that's good for a road trip. Wild and free. We'll keep that one as well, so we don't have to use everything we're putting on the desk. That could work. And this is Disney. We're not going for Disney today. What's in the back here? Not fall vibes, as it will be spring. What else have we got? These ones are really good. So, yep. That could be good. I just love doing this kind of thing. And it's such a good way to use your stash as well. Shamel calls it shop your stash, doesn't she? Oh, I like that. Bit of colour. So yeah, shop your stash and go through your things. Oh, that's a nice one. And see what you can find. Be inspired by your own bits and pieces. We don't want floral. The greens. What have we got in here? Shopping bag. Oh, a chevron. I don't want to be all blues though. I do want some other colours as well. Oh, the yellow looks quite nice there. Let's take that. Bit of contrast. So I was planning a journaling session and my daughter's turned up. I wasn't expecting her till later this afternoon, but when you have older kids, you grab those moments, don't you? So whilst we had a cup of tea, I just stuck this on and I carried on journaling. I thought I would get this page done. I was going to stick some papers over the page, and then I decided no, I did quite like the Zeus artwork, and I've used some really cheap white acrylic paint. I'm just going to brush over the top, and then whilst we had lunch together, it could dry. So that worked out really well. So this isn't anything special. It's not gesso. It's just cheap white acrylic paint from the works, which is just going to go over the top and just give me a little bit of a base. So I'm still going with the page, even though Holly's turned up. I'm still going to have fun, and I'm just going to see where this page takes me. So no rules, no plans. Today is just about relaxing and having fun with my journal. And then I thought, actually, while the paint was drying, I'd quickly mist over with a little bit of blue as well, so that could dry at the same time. I thought that would be quite handy. I also went through my baskets of scraps, and I pulled out a load of things. So I've currently got some stickers. The word spring I thought would be quite handy, and I've just got die cuts, scraps, just bits and pieces that you saw me pick out from the drawer. I like when I do this to make sure that all the colours coordinate. Obviously the themes work to the page that I've got in mind. And then I like to pop it all out on my desk in front of me and work with what I've got. Sometimes that really helps. It just takes out the time of the procrastination. You've shopped your stash, I keep saying that now, don't I? And everything's on your desk, and then you can just have fun and enjoy. And especially like now, whilst I'm chatting with Holly, I can then just almost go onto autopilot and just enjoy the page. So I've just torn this and realised it said take note on the back. I had an old stamp and I thought that would go really well. But I'm just going to layer up some bits and pieces, some cardstock, some all bits of paper. It's all scraps, to be honest, that I'm using today, all old stuff. And it's just a good excuse to use things. I love this little bit of tissue paper. It's one of those things when you make a page, you've got bits and pieces left over and you think, oh, I'll enjoy that another time. And that's like these little bits that I'm using today. They are just leftovers from previous pages, torn and cut up. And there's just something really enjoyable. You don't need to think. You just kind of tear and cut and layer. It's turning out to be a bit of a glue page, this one. So I'm going to glue these strips down, layering them up so we've got a nice little bit of texture. I'm not even thinking currently about what's going to go on the page. I know it's going to be a bucket list page, like a trip planning page rather than a trip page of what we've done, just things I would like to do. So that will be really fun. So I'm not focusing on the content of the page. I just wanted to just have a little bit of creative fun, a bit of a no-brainer, a bit of a thing where you just kind of like dump things down. So it's more about the feel of the page today rather than the content. And then when it's done, I'll then add the content, and that will work around the design of the page rather than, I think usually when I make a page and I'm doing like a Disney page or something like that, the photos, the content become the main focal point, and everything else works around that. So today it's almost like a little bit different, the opposite way. So I'm using this washi tape. It's one of those that I bought ages and ages ago, and it's just sat in my little travel pot of washi. So it's been quite nice to pull out these bits and pieces, which is quite fun. And I thought I would layer these up as well. Let me know, by the way, when you make a page, do you do things differently sometimes? Like I'm doing it almost like completely opposite to how I would usually journal today. Do you kind of like keep the same kind of like process, or do you change yours as well, depending on how you're feeling and that kind of thing? I think today I just needed that feeling of freedom, that feeling of just enjoying my page, getting a little bit messy, tearing, and just having fun with it. That's what today was about, almost like a little bit of an escape page, just sort of escaping into my creativity. That's how it felt today. And it was really nice having Holly sat there chatting with me. And funnily enough, we were talking trips as well. She's got a trip coming up to Lisbon. So she found this really good YouTube video of somebody that had been there for a few days. So we watched that together, and it gets you excited, doesn't it? Let me know if you've got any trips coming up. And have you also got a bucket list journal of places that you would like to visit? I think it's really exciting to do that. Even like I said, if you've got no plans to actually visit somewhere, but it quite takes your fancy, a bit like me with my Gibraltar. I've done all the trip planning. I don't know if we'll ever go, but I like the planning of the trip. I've said that before. I like the planning of the trip almost sometimes as much as the trip itself. So I was really enjoying like listening to Holly's planning process of her Lisbon trip, all the videos that she's watched, and she was showing me like some of the places that she wants to go to for like her little custard tart, which is a Portuguese tradition, and she showed me like different restaurants, and it just gets me really excited, and it makes me happy that she is finding the same kind of things exciting as I do when she's trip planning. So I wanted to create like lots of flips and texture and bits and pieces. I'm so glad I left the artwork in the background now. I think that really adds to the page. The colours go really well. I did almost cover it up, so I'm really glad that I didn't now. And I'm still adding like bits of scraps and things like that. The die cuts, I've loved these for so long. They've been sat in that drawer of mine, so I'm really pleased to be using those. The little plane, and I'm just using a bit of PVA glue just to stick it in place. At this point, I kind of know now. I've just been like thinking about what I want to add, and like here I've just seen there's a little bit of stripe behind that word, the sea, so I know then that I'll be able to journal on that. I'm adding a little tab on the side, so that flips, and that map with Florida's ended up working out really well, having that on the side there. It's just perfect. So I don't know about title at the moment. I will obviously have the keys on here at some point, but I'm not quite sure where that's going to go. So, but I'm liking where this page is heading at the moment. I just want there to feel like, I love it, for example, when I watch a flip through of somebody else's journal, and it's just got loads of points of interest, loads of like little bits and pieces and flips and pockets. And that's how I enjoy creating a page as well. So that's what I'm kind of wanting to create here. I'm using the stickers. I thought they would be really handy as little bits of colour. So we've got Getaway, Relax and Chill Out, which is how I'm hoping the few days here will make us feel. That's the plan. Anyway, I'm expecting the keys to be a slower pace. Let me know if you've been there. We were, like I said, expecting to go, or we'd planned to go 2020. So we kind of know what we want to see and do, which makes this page very easy because I've already got the points of interest. We know where we're staying and that kind of thing. That's all booked and planned. So I know what we want to do, and I'm just wanting, rather than, usually when you go on a trip, there's lots of rushing around and lots of things to see and do. I just want this trip to feel like a slower pace. It's just going to be the two of us. So I'm just wanting it to feel really chilled, so I'm hoping it will. So I have added the words chill out and relax and getaway to this page rather than run around like a crazy person, because that's what our last trip was like. Using these stickers, these were sent to me. I'll add this little bit, add gifted. The stickers were sent to me by Paper Maze. I do love Doodlebug stickers, and I like the colour. I like it, just adds a little bit of brightness to the page. I know at this stage I will be adding some brighter colours. I'm thinking maybe some pink to the page just to give it a little bit of contrast. I just like, although I wanted the colours all to coordinate and match, I want that kind of like bit that stands out. So that for me I think will be like a bit of a reddy pink. So I'm already thinking about that. So I've got the plans because that's what this page is about, and down the bottom we've got the keys because that's where it is. I should have had some limes. I've got a little bit of lime green there, but yes, obviously for key lime. And then I was also thinking about little bullet points of interest for things. Key lime pie is one of them. You can't go to the keys and not have key lime pie, can you? And then, as today was all about having fun and doing things that I really enjoy, just to get my creativity flowing again, I pulled out my favourite stamp and the paints because it just felt like the perfect time to use this stamp again. Right, I'm back again. So this, as today was all about just doing things that I really love doing, this is my favourite stamp. So I've got a little bit of pink paint. Oh, I don't think I've got much left of this one. Let me see what will come out. I love this colour so much. I think maybe I've used up this one. Surely not. You know when you love something, I'm sure I've got a bit more of this somewhere. Oh, maybe I have used that up. Yeah, I found another one. I'm going to bin this one so I don't get disappointed again next time. Let's pop some on here. Oh, that came out a bit too much. It's not one of those things that you can fill back up either. Let's see what happens here. I was wanting predominantly pink. I should have, oh no, gone in pink first and then added a tiny bit of this. Do you know what I'm going to do? Because this hasn't worked out how I expected. I've got some scrap papers. Let's do it. The hearts will be quite nice. We're going to pop it on here, and this will be used another time. Then that way it's not wasted, and I can still then get the pink look. I was wanting more of a contrast on my page. So, oh, that's a lot. Then I can use this another time. Although it doesn't look pretty at the moment, it will look amazing, I can promise you. Actually, do you know, I'm having a Zoom with my Patreon community this evening, and that will have dried by then, so I will be turning that into embellishments tonight in the Zoom. That's what I'm going to do with that. It's going to be one of those happy mistakes. So let's try this again. Pink. This is how I should have done it before. Let's go over with the pink like that. I just love painting on stamps. I think one of the things I love, and that goes the same with the mixed media, I'm not going to be using that one, is the unexpected. You get little things that you just don't quite know how it's going to go. Should I do it on this actually? And I was just wanting some darker bits. And yeah, sometimes it's just a little surprise, isn't it? No matter how much you plan with mixed media, there's always a little bit of the unexpected, the unknown. Let's try this and see. I was going to go straight on the page, but I've decided not to. That is cool. I love that, but I am going to do a little bit. There, isn't that nice? I like that so much. And do another one here. Like that. And then let's pop it on the bottom. Or actually at the top here. I am going to have to wait for this to dry. That's so cool. Yeah, it's just like a little surprise. It's never identical. It's always slightly different. There. Let's go and sort this out, go and give it a bit of a clean. Something else I love doing is going through old stuff. I decided I wanted some fish stamps on my page, and I've just been going through. I've got so many stamp sets here. As you can see, most of which have never been used. These are old Cocoa Daisy ones from when I worked for Cocoa Daisy years and years and years and years ago. And look how beautiful. And I was thinking, do you know, I must have a fish stamp somewhere. I've looked through my other stamp sets. I don't have a single fish stamp. I really wanted a fish stamp. It's a bit of a shame. I did find this one. We've got a mermaid, which I don't want to use, but there's a couple of starfish. Pelican would be good. Actually, a little boat and a crab. So let's use those. I've got a navy blue. I think a dark blue would be good. I'm just wanting to do a little bit of like a repeat pattern type thing. So actually, oh, the detail in that is so nice. I didn't expect that. I think I might just add a few little starfish. And then I'm going to go around with the journaling as well. So we've done some starfish. Let's see what the pelican, one of the places that we want to go to is to feed some big fish. And they have massive pelican there as well. That is so perfect. That is so cute. Actually, this page is working out really, really well. So we've got pelicans there. Let's pop a pelican over here. And then we'll add some boats as well. Right, so we've done the pelican. We've also got some little crabs. Let's add some little crabbies. Make sure we put it the right way, like that, because all seasides have little crabbies, don't they? Put him there. Oh, he's so cute. It's funny, looking at these stamps, I wasn't really expecting much, but there's so much more detail than I expected. So I highly recommend shop your stash, as Shamel would say. Go through what you've got and have fun. Today was all about just relaxing and having fun, and I feel I've achieved that. So I am pleased. Let's have a few little crabbies, and then let's have some boats. I'm excited to see what this boat looks like now. I can't believe how much detail is in these teeny weeny stamps. So where can the boat go? Let's pop the first one. Oh, that's a nice one. It's even got some little water waves there. That's so cool. Right, let's get a few little boats. And then I need to think about this journaling. I also want then, that would be a good timing then for my paint to have dried. And I can go through that as well. I'm liking this messy look today. It's exactly what I was hoping for. No sort of plan or anything, just having fun. So I've actually just used my heat gun quickly just to go over these parts. And I'm going to do exactly the same on my sheet here. I love that roughness. Do exactly the same here. I really, oh, it's still a little bit wet. Let's just go around, and then I could always use it for journaling as well if I wanted to. Right, let's just quickly cut that out. I don't know how much of it I'm going to use. And then the plan was to actually have it on here. I might even put it down there. I quite like that. Just to add some colour to the page. And it is my favourite stamp, and today was always about doing all the things that I love. So I'm quite pleased. It's ended up being one of those pages that not a lot of thought has gone into, which I think I needed. Oh, I don't want to cover up the actual destination of where we're going. I can see the Florida Keys there. No, I think that will work. And do I want another bit, or shall I just leave it like that? I think I might leave it like that because we've got those on there, and then I can use that another time. Right, I'm going to go off and do some journaling. Something this page has made me do, because it was all about things I love, is actually I've got some really old stash that I'm kind of like hoarding and treasuring. Let me know if you remember that name. I wanted some pops of colour. I've done my journaling, and I think today might be the time to use some of my treasured bits and pieces. So let's have no TV. Let's have party, because of like beach partying. This, I love this colour here as well. Let's pop this on here. But I just feel actually sometimes you do need to use up your old stuff, your old stash that you've been like hoarding away, and there's certain projects it just feels really right doing. I'm going to lift up this sticker here where it says Spring Walks. It doesn't really show up there, and let's have this on there instead. I'm just feeling like, I think these are going to need a bit of extra glue actually. Yeah, it feels right, the right time today to actually use these. I'm really enjoying this page. I didn't realise how much I needed to do, almost like a freedom page. And that's exactly how today has felt. I think we definitely need some sticky on here. These are ancient, these stickers. It's just so much fun. I just washed up my glue brush, so that's why I haven't reached for that. I've done my journaling. Some of it is hidden because I've documented about where we're staying, and obviously as we haven't had the trip yet, I don't want to obviously post where we're staying, so I've kept that hidden. I've talked about the history of the trip, that it was meant to be, sorry my camera's on the wonk, that it was meant to be, what have I put, planned for September 2020, all being well it should be spring 2022. So, and just the fact that it's different accommodation, different things like that, but the same kind of like touristy things is what we want to do. I've also put some of the like the touristy bits that we do want to do, what those are. Where can I put this? I like this. Pop it up there. Let's pop. Oh, actually, no. That would have been quite nice there. Let's take this one off. We're having a few changes of heart, and that's absolutely fine. Yeah, I just wanted to add just a few extra bits of colour, really. That would work well. I think we're going to put some sticky on that to show that that opens up. And then the bits that pull out, again, I've just put some more sort of like private bits. That's got just things we'd like to do in Key West. That's under there is where we're staying and the things I want to do, the facilities there. So I've actually managed to get quite a bit of journaling on here. I like the fact that I'm not actually journaling. That's something I've noticed actually. A lot of the things that you can buy, like journaling cards and things like that, they're all in the past tense because it's already happened. You don't often get things that are for plans and coming up. I think that's going to be it colour wise. I think that might be it. I'm quite pleased with that actually. So that needs to close properly, and that is my final page. It's quite a messy one. I think that looks really cool. I'm chuffed with that. It's a fun, very interactive page, and it was something I needed to do today. I feel like I've got lots of things out of my system, and it was good just to get creative and enjoy. And although my journaling session didn't go as planned, I didn't expect Holly to turn up, so that was really, really nice. And I journaled some of it whilst we were chatting, and that actually, oh, this sticker's coming off, that actually added to the freedom journaling because I wasn't really focusing on what I was doing. I was just having fun And I think that's actually added to my page as well, so I'm super pleased with that. I hope you've enjoyed this session with me today. I hope you've enjoyed this, and I hope it's encouraged you to just sometimes have fun with your page, not worry too much or focus on what you're doing, but just get creative, use your favorite techniques, use your favorite stash, and just have fun with a page like I have today. Thank you for watching. I look forward to seeing you in my next video, and have an amazing weekend. It's nearly weekend. Bye.